What's good, everybody? This your big homie, Mr. Synchronicity. Welcome back to another empowering video where we talk about awakening our spiritual awareness, tapping into our divine power, using that divine power to shape the reality around us. So with that said, let's get into it. So in this video, I want to talk about how to activate 20 minutes of deja vu. But before I get into how to activate 20 minutes of deja vu, I want to give y'all a quick story on how I came to this conclusion. So about 10 years ago, I was working at Sears department store. I don't know if some of y'all remember Sears, but a lot of their stores has been closing down in the Michigan area. And at that time, I was having a lot of astral projections. I was doing a lot of weight training. And just like the TV show Naruto, when those seals break and then the 9 tails come out of them, I feel like I broke a lot of those seals that was holding my carbon copy or light body or light soul in place. They had many names over the years. So I was able to astral project. So one day I was at my job. I couldn't turn off this precognition ability where my deja vu just stayed on for like 20, maybe even 25 minutes. So as I was going down the stairs or down the escalator at my job, I looked at a particular clothing section, like women's coats. And then before I can look behind me or before I turned around, in my mind, I knew that 2 people was behind me going down on the escalator. And I knew that it was 2 women. One had on a green coat, one had on the black coat with some black pants. And I turned around, boom, it was correct. And then as I make it to the bottom of the escalator, now I'm just going to abbreviate the story real quick. I make it to the bottom of the escalator. For some strange reason, I had the loss prevention security people. I had a feeling that they was going to come and give me some paperwork. And before I know it, less than 4 seconds later, they came out of nowhere, handed me off some paperwork that was pertaining to my job of just working the sales floor. And then as I was walking towards the bathroom, I knew my manager, or should I say the store manager, was going to pat me on the back as I was walking by him. And I mean, like, every person I thought about, I just knew it was going to happen. Like, they were going to come by me. I knew what color clothes they was wearing. I even knew what they were, like a particular smell they had to them. And the neurons in my brains was firing so fast, so hard that it just couldn't turn itself off, or I didn't know how to turn it off. And so what wound up happening was every place I go, I looked. Right before I even did a test, right before I turned around and looked, boom, the deja vu just went off. So I will just think about a person like, okay, this is a person that has a blue Detroit Pistons jacket on. Or this person got a Pelly coat on. Turn around, boom, they had that coat on. Instead of me turning it into the moment, like how deja vu, like it seemed like you look at him like, oh, I feel like this happens before. I was waiting like 5 seconds first, checking it. Boom, did another quantum analysis. Waited 30 seconds. Same thing happened. I can know everybody description. And this is around the time of the year like it is now around Thanksgiving, Christmas, the holiday time, the New Year's time. So it was a lot of people in the store. My neurons were just firing off in my brain. I didn't know what was happening to me. But all I know is I had this brand new special ability. And I believe it was from just astral projecting so much. I was doing a lot of astral projection. And when I was working out, I feel like that contributed a lot to me being able to astral project, which led to me having this nonstop of 20 minutes of deja vu. Now I'm going to get into the secret. Now the secret on how I did it was I used to break my sleep up at night. I used to always first go to sleep for like 3 to 4 hours. I would set my alarm to wake me up like, say if I go to bed around like 10:30 or 11, and I set my alarm to wake me up around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then from there, once I wake up, get a drink of water, fall back to sleep, I can be able to do astral projection, but I couldn't do astral projection in first person view. I can only do astral projection in remote viewing, where I can only see the stage. I was more like the coach on the football field, if I could describe it that way. So the first way of astral projection is when you're like the player in the field, you can navigate your body. It's like you almost playing a video game. The second mode of astral projection is like when you just remote viewing, you like watching a movie. You don't have like the remote controller in your hand where you can control what's going on. I can just see it, but I did that so much where I broke my sleep up, and I pretty much learned that from Albert Taylor. He's on YouTube. You can look him up too. And so I was doing that a lot on top of just doing heavy weightlifting. You know, I was at that time benching like 185. I was taking it real slow, building up my strength because, you know, I was working and I was going to school. So I wasn't doing what some of the new guys doing where they just hurry up, force themselves to jump to 315 and be able to lift massive and heavy weights. So that's how I did it. And once I did that astral projection so much, I know I was listening to Bashar. Once he says, once you keep doing astral projection, your mind starts to lay out the blueprint, the foundation. So that's why I can think about something 30 seconds and turn my head, and it feels like I have a deja vu moment. And it just kept happening. Those moments was continuous. Like I almost feel like the man outside of time. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this video. I didn't want to make it lengthy, but that's how I was able to have 20 minutes of deja vu. I started off with astral projection, broke my sleep up every time. I was doing it for like every night until the point to where I can't do it no more. So every time I broke my sleep up, I was able to do remote viewing. So man, y'all stay blessed. Share your experience with me in the comment section, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.